XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. Just I want to give a quick update and we want to see how we can look for trade and what's the changes. Anyway, if you refer to my last analysis if you refer to my last video, since the price was within this correction, we mentioned if you get any opportunity for buy, we will take it. I mentioned I'm looking for buy, all right, as a short term. And this is what we get. Anyway, we mentioned we prefer to look for buy if the price couldn't break 90, 0.91. Anyway, as we can see, the price broke, there was a reversal. Okay. Now want to see what's the next, because we see the price almost retest the previous low. And in that case, we could refer to the indicators for the divergence. All right. Anyway, now want to see what's the next. In this case, we move to daily chart. All right. Based on daily chart, we don't need this line anymore. All right. We mentioned if the price break 93 cents, then we can expect even the price drop to 83. All right. And we have been in this correction. And what we discussed, since we mentioned most of the chart, they have a similar movement. We have been looking for this one turn to a running flat. At least we get one more drop before we get the reversal for the long term. This is the best option we're looking for. All right. It doesn't mean the price cannot reverse from here. We're looking for buy. Either this is the first option, or we look for this one as a second option, turn to a running flat before we get the reversal. And we mentioned we are more interested to look for to get the second option. Anyway, still we are within this correction. And now we want to see what's the next. How we can look at this correction. We will right now what we have here is a flat. What type of the flat we have it right now, since we get this reversal as a first wave, and the second wave couldn't break the previous low, and the third one almost haven't break the previous top, we call it the contracting flat. And if the price continue and retest the previous top, we will have a regular flat. Which one we are going to get, we cannot confirm, but what we have right now is a contracting flat. In both cases, if this turn went to a flat, we are expecting to get one more drop. That's why we're looking for the second option. And what I can see here, if the price, what I can say, if the price start to continue as a corrective, mostly we get one more drop. And the next drop at least retest the previous low, which is somewhere around 85 or 86. What's the next? The lowest price is almost 0.857. All right, this is what I'm looking for. It doesn't mean the price cannot continue from here. This is what I'm looking for. All right. And if the price continue from here, the only thing is whether we need to look to see whether the price can break 1.03 or not. Because if there is a breakout of 1.03 following by 1.05, then mostly the price reverse and return to the previous zone. Then from there, we can look for continuation. That's why if you want to look for buy within this range, the target is somewhere around 1.03. But still for me, I'm thinking to get one more drop, right? That's why if you want to look for buy, for me, I'm really careful about that. Any trade, if I want to look for a trade, I will be quite careful if I want to look for buy within this range. That's why for those traders, they get the buy within this range, either take out the trade in the profit or move their stop loss to break even. Now, can we look for sell? The only times we can look for sell if this one drop as a sharp following by correction, maybe we take the sell. But if we get any sell from here, in terms of the risk and reward, it doesn't give us a really good trade setup. In terms of the risk and reward. That's why the best thing is if we get one move up, at least we conform with the internal, or even this one turn to a deeper correction. We look at the chart in this way. For one move up, if there is at least the price near to the previous top, if there is no breakout, then from there we take the sell. Because in terms of the risk and reward, it can give us better trade setup rather than looking for sell from here. All right, because at this times I don't see any sell setup. It's still from what we have right now, still we can expect this one. Either we get this one as a flat for one move up as a sharp, or this one turn to deeper correction similar to what we have here as an internal 3 waves for one move up. This means still we can look for buy as a short-term buy. It depends on the traders. But what we are expecting, we are looking for this one turn to a flat for one more drop before we get the reversal. This is the best option I'm looking for. That means if I get one move up, if I get any sell opportunity for sell, I will take it. Then if the price retests the previous low somewhere around 86, if there is no continuation, any reversal, For buy, I will take it as well. This is the two option I'm looking for. Why I'm looking for this two? I believe this two, it can give me a better confirmation and in terms of the risk and reward. Again, as I mentioned, it doesn't mean the price cannot continue from here. It can, all right? But we're talking about risk and reward and the confirmation for the trade, all right? Okay, now, at these times, we don't see any trade setup either for buy or sell. If he wants to trade within this for buy, the only times we can look for buy, if we get any sharp move flag, we take it, and with the breakout of previous top somewhere around 1.02 or 1.03, we start to manage. And what we want is continuation as a sharp move, not the corrective move. If it turns to a corrective move, I'm not going to keep the trade. Having entry above this, I won't suggest it. I'm not looking for. All right, selling from here, I'm not interested, because I mentioned I will wait for one move up. If I see there is no continuation, then from there I will take the sell. All right. How about if the prices start to give me a correction similar to what I draw here? Then maybe we can put over entry below this in case the price give me a sharp drop with a stop loss either above here or above the stop. But why I want to get one move up before I take the sell? Because if I get one move up, then from there, if there is no continuation, it can give us better trade setup to look for, and our stop loss will be above the top. That's mean in terms of the risk and reward, it can give me better sell rather than selling within this one and put my entry above here. All right. Anyway, still we are within this correction. Still we can look for buy as a short term. Still we can look at this one. If you get any opportunity for buy, we will take it within this range as a short term. The only thing is whether the price can break 1.03 or not. All right. Because if there is no breakout, then this is what we can look for. Anyway, we just follow the chart. And as I mentioned, still we are within the, if we move to daily chart, still we are within this correction. We need to see the breakout of this correction, either at the top, the price return to the previous zone, or we get one more drop before we take the trade for the long term. Rather than that, any trade within this one, either buy or sell, is a short term. And we prefer to get one more drop before we get the reversal if he wants to look for buy as a long term, because based on daily and forward chart, it can give us better confirmation and even in terms of the risk and reward. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.